Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have the LG G2 with me, and we'll have a first look and I'll give you an overview of the same. And before we look into that, let's have a look at the pricing of this phone. We have the 16 gig model, and the MRP price quoted over here is 41,500 for this phone, but Faisal Communications quoted me a street price of around 37,500 for the 16 GB variant and 40,500 for the 32 GB variant. And here we have some of the features of this phone. I won't go over them. You can just pause the screen and we'll quickly have a look at the phone itself. And as you can see, again here also it gives us some brief info about the phone. We have this unique knock-on feature. I'll show you that a bit later. And this LG G2 is based on the Snapdragon 800 chipset. It's powered by a quad-core processor clocked at 2.26 GHz, and it's a full HD IPS grade panel. The screen size is 5.2 inches, and it also has a 13 megapixel rear-facing camera with optical image stabilization. We also have a front-facing camera that's a 2.1 megapixel, and the battery is a 3000 milliampere battery. I've already set up the phone, and the unique thing about this phone is, if you notice, there are no buttons on the side. Nothing. It's clean design. Actually, the power button and the volume rocker button is at the back over here, and we also have this 13 megapixel camera, LED flash. So let me take out this protective cover, and actually I've set up the phone, and let me show you this knock-on feature. You can just put it to standby or open the phone like this. For example, if you just double tap, let me just wake it up. As now it's in standby, you can just wake up the phone by just double tapping it like this. And as you can see, and you can also double tap and it will go to sleep. You can also use this power button at the back. That also works. And we just unlock the phone, and the first thing is the IPS screen. The IPS screen that LG has put on this is excellent. The viewing angles are excellent. And let's also look at the Android version. Again, as you can see, we have a tray here. We have a lot of quick toggles over here. You also have the Q slide apps, and we can adjust the brightness and the call settings. Let's look at the Android version that we get with this one. And let me go to general. Let's go to about the phone, and let's go to software info. And as you can see, out of the box we get the Android version 4.2.2 with this LG G2, which is the Jelly Bean. So let me go back, and this is the 16 gig version. And the thing with this phone is that the internal storage, I would suggest that you go with the 32 gig version. For example, this is the 16 gig version. I've installed a lot of games and apps. Out of that 16 GB, you just get around 9.5 GB of user storage. And the thing is, as I told you, let me put it to standby. The thing is that it does not have any micro SD card expansion slot, so the storage is limited to what you have on the phone. Hence, I would suggest that if you're opting for this phone, go with the 32 gig model. And I just love this double tap to wake it up. It's pretty nice. And I've actually installed a lot of apps, and this is the app tray. And as you can see, the phone is actually really responsive. Again, it's based on the Snapdragon 800. It's a pretty powerful chipset, one of the most powerful. And I just want to show you this. And as you can see, this is the cool animation that you get with this LG interface. And again, even though it's pretty heavy, if you notice, it's handling it without any issues. You can also use this gesture to access all the home screens. We also have this Q slide apps. These are like quick apps. For example, let me just open up one of the apps. For example, calculator. And this can reside over existing app. For example, let's say something is going on the background. Then also this app can work, and you can resize this actually if you want like this. And you can also adjust the transparency. So it's kind of multitasking, I would say. Another thing you'll notice is that this phone does not have any physical buttons. The back, home, and this is the menu are part of the display, and you can actually customize this layout. If you go in the settings, LG does provide you the options to customize it. So LG has provided a lot of customization with this phone. And also, if you look at it here, we have options like smart screen. For example, when it detects your face, the screen stays on. Let us enable that, and as you can see, it gives us instructions. So let me get out of that. and we are connected to my Wi-Fi network. So let's quickly just open the web browser, and this is the web browser. Let's quickly just open tech2bus.com, and this is the standard keyboard. And the good thing is that we had a dedicated row for the numbers. I always appreciate that. And the keyboard is fairly easy to type, I would say. And as you can see, LG has done some customization with the stock browser that it gives. Let's try the pinch to zoom gesture. As expected, it's very smooth. Let's open up the story. It has a YouTube video embedded, so let's see how it handles it. Let me change the orientation, and let's play this video.
Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2bus.com, and in this video,
And as you can see, it runs it without any issues. And again, you can just double tap and the phone goes to sleep. So that's pretty interesting. And let me quickly give you a physical overview. On the top, actually, you find nothing. We just have a hole here for the secondary microphone. And on this end, again, nothing. We have a chrome lining over here. And at the bottom, actually, we have 2 speakers, the micro USB slot that will be used for charging, and we also have the 3.5mm headphone jack slot here. Again, over here also, and this is the SIM slot. You can just open this and slide in your micro SIM over here. And it's a very clean design. Again, as I told you, at the back, we have the 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, and we have the volume up and down, and this is the power on off button. Again, you might think that why did LG provide it here? But the thing is that, yeah, I also thought that it is silly, but actually your finger is actually resting here. So actually it's pretty easy to switch on, switch off like that. And also while taking a call, you can adjust the volume. So it's a pretty intuitive design. But if you don't want to use that, you have this knock on, just double tap and unlock the phone. So pretty interesting, I would say. And initially, I was just testing this phone for a couple of minutes. The phone is actually very responsive. Before we end this quick overview, let me also just fire up the default camera, and let's have a quick look at that one. And we have the modes over here. Again, as you can see, LG has provided a lot of modes. And let's just go to the normal mode. Let's keep the flash to auto, and let's take this snap quickly. And as you can see, it took the snap quickly. Let's take one more. Another unique thing is that it has optical image stabilization. So I'll test it with videos. This is the snap that we took right now. And looks nice actually. So I'll be testing this camera a lot more in my full review. So that's it for now for this quick overview of this LG G2. Certainly this phone looks very promising. I'll be doing a full in-depth review with this phone. So if you have any particular questions regarding this phone, do let me know in the comment section and I'll try to include them in my review. Thank you. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.